If Keynote will catch up to us. There we go. Chapter 5 is on entrepreneurship. And so the two sections we're going to talk about are the rewards and challenges of entrepreneurship and then the business plan. So this first section is on rewards and challenges of entrepreneurship. So our objectives for this section are to define entrepreneur and entrepreneurship, list at least 5 rewards of being an entrepreneur, identify at least 4 challenges of being an entrepreneur, and discuss why entrepreneurs are important to the American economy. Entrepreneurship is being in business for yourself. So an entrepreneur is a person who recognizes a business opportunity and organizes, manages, and assumes the risks of starting and operating a business. Entrepreneurship is the process of recognizing the opportunity, testing it in the market, and gathering the resources necessary to go into business. So entrepreneur is the person, entrepreneurship is the process. This is also often referred to as a venture. So a venture is a new business undertaking that involves some sort of risk. In your textbook, if you were to have your textbook, you would see this chart that talks about the 12 characteristics of successful entrepreneurs as determined by the Small Business Association. I would recommend after the discussion pausing it so that you can copy down some of the important notes from this section. So the 12 characteristics are persistence. Entrepreneurs are willing to work until a job is done, no matter how long it takes. Risk-taking. Entrepreneurs take risks, but they are not reckless. Key there. Self-confident. Entrepreneurs believe in themselves. Entrepreneurs are restless. Once entrepreneurs achieve their goals, they start looking for new challenges. They're goal-oriented. They set and achieve goals. They're action-oriented. Entrepreneurs are doers instead of spectators. They take action. Responsible. They take responsibility for their decisions and their actions. Self-demanding. They have high expectations. Creative. Entrepreneurs look for new ways to solve old problems. Independent. Entrepreneurs want to make their own decisions. Inquisitive. Entrepreneurs conduct research and ask questions to solve problems. And finally, enthusiastic. Entrepreneurs are energetic and passionate about their pursuits. Small business. So the Small Business Administration, which you just heard me refer to, is more formally known as, or less formally known as, the SBA. It's a U.S. government agency that protects the interests of small businesses. So a small business is defined as an independently owned business that usually has the owner as its manager. It serves a limited geographic area and employs fewer than 500 people. Internet businesses are popular means of being a small business. They are also known as virtual business or .com company. It is a business that operates on the internet. So many internet businesses are known for making shopping easier and more efficient. Online businesses have the potential to attract a huge number of customers, so even beyond that limited geographic area, because of the online profile, they can get to people that they normally wouldn't have the ability to see. Small businesses that use the internet have grown more than 45% faster than those that do not. Now, that's not talking about companies that are only on the internet, but those companies that have an internet aspect. So if you are a clothing company or a boutique of some kind, you have a way for your customer to be able to purchase online in addition to the store that they can come visit. All right, let's talk about some rewards of entrepreneurship. So the number one reward, I think, is being the boss. You get to be the one in charge. Doing what you enjoy, this is going to be where, you think of something that you like to do and figure out a way to do it and get paid for it. So entrepreneurship gives you that opportunity to do what you enjoy. Having the opportunity to be creative. Most people who work for others follow procedures. Well, as an entrepreneur, you would make your own procedures. So you're able to shape the business in ways that employees can't. This is especially true with daring or creative ideas. A business owner with a creative idea has the power to act on it. Building an enterprise. I like that word, enterprise. Many successful entrepreneurs work in a related business before starting their own company. People who decide to open a business must consider whether to buy an existing company or start a new one. So they have to research the viability, the likelihood of the venture, and choose to whether to form the business or to take over one. Some other ones that are not generally considered obvious benefits or obvious rewards of entrepreneurship, but are definitely some rewards to consider. The fact that you can create your own schedule. If you are a night owl, you can sleep in the morning and work at night. If you work on the weekends when people are off from their day-to-day job and you're in a service-oriented industry, you obviously would want to work hours where you have access to those customers. If you have a family and you want to stay close to home, you can perhaps have a consultant business such as accounting or real estate, and you could have a home-based business. So there are a lot of rewards to being an entrepreneur. Of course, with rewards comes challenges. And some of the challenges of entrepreneurship are the following. Getting the funds to start the business. This is probably the biggest challenge when it comes to starting a business, mainly because it costs a lot of money. And most people don't necessarily have that in savings, so in order to start the business, they have to obtain some sort of financing. But it's often difficult to get loans from the financial institutions because they're concerned about the riskiness of the venture. They're worried about getting paid back for the money they're loaning out. Also, if you're the boss, you're also responsible for the entire business. That means making sure everything from the ground up is taken care of, whether it's sweeping the floors or doing the financial books or hiring employees to manning the counter or whatever it is that the business is doing. These are the things that you have to consider. And of course, if you are responsible for everything, you might feel alone and insecure in your decision making. That's why they were saying successful entrepreneurs are, independent. They're okay with being alone and they're self-confident. So if you lack some of those confidence measures, that could be a challenge for you. At the beginning, you're going to work a lot of long hours as you try and build that business and get the success rolling. So it's going to require a lot of long, hard work. And uncertain income levels. A, it may not succeed, and B, if it does, it may take a while before you have any noticeable income to come from it. So there are some challenges there. And it's reported that 4 out of 5 small businesses fail in their first 5 years, usually because of inadequate financial planning and management or a poor response to any sort of change in the economy. So there are some challenges for sure with entrepreneurship. It's definitely not for everyone. The impact of small businesses. In the United States, more than 99% of firms are small businesses. Most small businesses employ more than 50% of the U.S. workforce. So half the people in the United States that are working work for what is considered a small business. The majority are one-person operations that generate more than half the nation's income. And then finally, estimates are that small businesses employ more than 2/3 of all new jobs. So people going out to get a new job, they are usually going to work for a small business before working for necessarily a major corporation. And that's it for section 5.1.